This is a extra.
I'm Gary, by the way, if we never mentioned that.
Gary's one of our guests.
Yes, our special guest, Gary. Now our special guest, Maggie.
I think I'm the only one that gets excited about Sundays at the Mag Bar. But I do want to weigh in on weapons and or...
Okay.
Whoa.
I was just trying to save the recording.
Cool.
We just drowned the recording studio.
Do that.
It was empty.
They can make their own drinks.
Harrelson.
I'm saying crossbow.
A crossbow?
Yes. Silent, but deadly. Easy to manage, especially if you're a little girl like me.
Yeah.
Shark suit.
Shark suit's good.
Yeah.
Bite-proof.
Yes, bite-proof, and also they make them out of high-grade polymers now, so...
Yeah, lightweight.
They're pretty lightweight.
Flexible.
And,
you can wear it, yeah.
But what if you're in New Mexico?
What's that?
What if you're, like, in Arizona or New Mexico?
Well, we don't live in Arizona now, do we, Ted?
Well, you know.
No, I see this, bite-proof.
The summers get pretty hot around here.
Well, that's okay. You can sweat.
Okay.
You'll be all svelte. For who, I don't know.
Fucking,
but, you'll be
I'd be zombie-proof and fucking tight.
Exactly. Shell and spade. I don't know where you would actually get one of those, but it is also a farming tool,
I know
like
some
the
mail order places to get.
Yeah,
That's
I like
a pretty
the
wicked weapon.
Yeah, I like the reach first of all, and also
weight on one end, massive weight on the other.
Exactly, it can double as a farming tool, which is good.
Yeah.
Shotgun, obviously, stopping power in case you're ever cornered. That's probably a good thing.
Sorry.
And a motorcycle. I'm with Jimmy on the motorcycle.
Motorcycles and old cars are always good.
Right. Well, they're solid.
James and I saw a great mid-'70s Ranchero today. That was
Ranchero, yeah.
Well,
it was chocolate brown and burnt orange. But
that's
I thought what a great car to face the apocalypse.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you know, Dave brings up a good point. You got to carry all this stuff around too.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's why shotgun. I mean, shotgun shells don't actually weigh all that much. You could probably load yourself up pretty fast, and that's like your last resort weapon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be blasting a lot. I foresee myself blasting.
Well, if you get cornered. Well, but you can blow through them. Quite honestly.
Yeah, if you're moving fast enough, they couldn't get you. Yeah, provided you don't wreck and fall off.
Right.
Yeah.
But motorcycles are pretty. You can move on them. You can definitely move around things.
You could roll through a crowd of shamblers and just rev it up and keep rocking.
Yeah, I think so.
But where would you go? Would you go to the mall?
You know, I'm with Cobble on this one. I think that probably...
Now, if you go to a prison, and we'll get Cobble on here in a minute.
Yeah,
but if you go to a prison, you got a bunch of convicts to deal
already contained. Already contained, and all you have to do is go through the entire fucking prison and shoot them all in the head. And or take your Shaolin spade, stick it through the bars, and
they are actually
behead
living
them.
people.
Right. So you've got convicts and corrections officers. Who really cares?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And they're already contained, so all you have to do is take out pretty much the corrections officers.
You once you start shooting them.
Well, corrections officers?
Yes.
Maybe not.
They're going to try to shoot you.
You think zombie corrections officers?
No, I'm thinking real corrections officers who are already in the prison and already, not zombies, are already going to have the weapons and probably have that spaced out before you even get there.
But you gotta figure that if there is actually like a full scale infection, that the corrections officers are going to be zombies anyway.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, but that would just assume that you should already be a zombie by that point also.
The prison would be pretty contained, so if it's something like a virus, the prison would be pretty contained. You wouldn't have infection inside.
Right, so maybe what?
Wait a minute.
You'd have to take out 20 corrections officers?
The food.
Yeah, that can't take more than 10 minutes.
I mean, there's no Chick-fil-A. There's no.
I've been down
would take more than 20 minutes himself.
But you've got your Shaolin spade, so you can plant corn.
There's no Sparrows.
I could take a number 2 pencil in there.
Well, they got the cafeteria. They got the food.
Well,
the food sucks.
Well, yeah.
The food sucks, but
I mean,
you do have
tired of grits.
Right.
Yeah.
But you do have certain things at a prison that are pretty good. Now,
We've got lots
Like
of
what?
orange
best case
jumpsuits.
scenario. Well, I mean,
Well, you got.
Tactical weapons.
Well,
but see,
Okay.
there again, you got to
SWAT
get it
gear.
from the corrections officers.
SWAT gear.
Tactical black.
You know, they do try to keep people out.
SWAT
also, they don't just try to keep
uniforms,
people
vest,
in.
Best case scenario, honestly, if Matt Loomis still lived in a 2-story dwelling, would be to go to Matt Loomis's house, and you're gonna have to bleep that out too. But
yeah.
but Matt's house, yeah, for zombie
you-
invasion, I'm down.
If you know somebody with the goods, yeah, that's
Actually, Donald Tattoo
Yeah.
Asgard Inc. He's got like his own compound. I've heard.
Yeah, Purvis is good too.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go make drinks. Bye.
Okay.
Thanks, Maggie.
I think it depends on what kind of zombies they are or where you should go. I mean, if it's like a 28 days later thing where you know that they're probably going to die off after a certain amount of time, I think being held up in some place with plenty of food and water would probably be the best way. But
Yeah.
if they're going to live forever, you need to get kind of away from where people are.
Yeah, you should certainly.
Which is why I think the Walmart is the better choice, because Walmarts, are everywhere. Plenty of them out in rural areas.
You could
Right.
potentially hop from Walmart
yeah,
to
but
Walmart.
the kind of people that would be at a rural Walmart might have like their own designs. Like I'm saying,
So you're saying that white trash is worse than zombies?
they're gonna be like, "Hey, man,
So you're saying I'd rather stay here and
All
fight
these
zombies than go to
shotgun
Walmart and
shells
deal
are
with white
mine."
trash?
That's right." You go to the white trash.
Look at them
Walmart.
beanbag chairs.
Man, I've always wanted one of those.
They got them
That's right.
beanbag chairs.
Yeah, you're going to be in a different situation.
Yeah,
Plus, I mean,
it's the whole thing.
get her dead.
Yeah, I think I'd rather just
yeah, man.
just stay here and fight zombies.
The
than head
government's
to-
going to come and take care of all these zombies. You're going to just hang out.
Yeah,
We're going to shoot them. Yeah, they're going to get taken care of.
yeah. But
Oh shit.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I just would prefer to be around people I could trust. You know, people that I knew, people that I was able to rely upon. People
Sure.
that I'm sitting here with right now because, you know,
I mean, if you're trusting your life to people, you want to know the people. I mean, you want to. You want a good team. If you're putting together a team, you don't want somebody that you don't
no.
don't know at all. You have no
you might-
idea what this guy's going to do.
You might have to pull a code red on them.
I don't have to frag some fucker in the middle of the night for being a spaz.
That's right. I thought he was a zombie. I shot him in the head. I'm sorry.
I waited till he went to sleep and I fragged him.
So going along those lines, would you pick people up along the way? Like if you're coming across other survivors, like what do you take into consideration before you add people to your group?
Okay.
I'm a pretty good judge of character. By that I mean that I don't pick up stragglers off the road.
Yeah. I mean, what do you do though when you come across a group of survivors? Like, I mean, you don't want to
I
be
look
that
at their-
guy that just tosses them, but
I
like,
I think
Yeah,
I would
I
be a
think-
humanist about it and be like, yeah, they're people and they deserve to live, and I'll help them in any way I can. But if that means like going out and like getting shot myself by
No way.
some asshole that doesn't know how to use a gun, or some guy that's like
yeah, I mean it's
inviting
a
zombies in.
there's you got to weigh the pros and cons things. I mean if you're all by yourself and you've been wandering around for days or weeks or whatever all by yourself, then sort of hooking up with anybody is good. I mean, just being by yourself, that's a good way to just die in your fucking sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, if you've got a small group and you're reasonably self-sufficient and you're functioning well, then like hooking up with a bunch of people that don't know what the hell they're doing and are lucky to still be alive.
Sure.
That can greatly compromise everything.
help them how you can, but like, I'm sure as hell not going to like drag myself down by adding you to my group, you know?
No,
Because if it's me or you, fuck you, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you really do got to watch out for number one. Now, you don't want to turn into like, a situation like this is going to make you do ugly things. You're going to have to shoot people you know. Eventually, somebody's going to wind up getting hurt, and that
It's going to make the Wild West look pretty. Like it's
could
going to be
become
really
a zombie, and you're going to have to shoot your friends. And I mean, that's
Yes.
got to take something out of you to pull a bullet.
That's going to be a
in the
pretty
head of
nasty
somebody
day.
that's 5 minutes ago was somebody that was on your side and that you trust.
Yes.
And so
It's like
That-
euthanizing a loved one.
eventually you're going to become a pretty hard guy. And that
You're gonna
means
be hard
that you may
fucking
be
cool.
able to survive better, but you might not be so easy to get along with, which is the way of people that are that hard.
Well, like,
I'm like that now, pretty much.
Derek is that hard now.
well, you all
I'm
talked
not
about all
fucking
the zombie movies, but like, I'm gonna nerd it up. There's a comic called Walking Dead that deals with like they don't even go into why it happened, like what caused it. It's all about what happens afterward, how you go on, like how you survive. Sure. It's actually written by a guy from Lexington, Kentucky, and it's kind of like the 28 Days Later scenario where the guy wakes up in the hospital and shit happened. And he has no idea why, but he travels to Atlanta to meet up with his family. Or, well, he's traveled to Atlanta because he found out that's where, like, that kind of the populace of the South was, like, the survivors. And he ends up running into his family. Yeah, how convenient, you know. No, actually, they're alive, but, like, it's this ragtag group of people that...
A ragtag fugitive fleet?
Nice.
Sorry, I had a moment. Continue, please.
So they all get together, but that's where I first heard the prison ideas. They're traveling with this group of people, and it's like... And I thought it was great because they're not just all these nice people; they're fucking assholes. You know, they're people that you don't want to like. It was very real because they're people that you wouldn't want to be like at a bar with, let alone trying to survive the zombie apocalypse.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if you don't have a system of government set up, then the larger the group of people, the less manageable it's going to be. Because you can barely get, like, 3 people can get a decision made about something. 5 people can barely do anything on their own. And the more people you get, the more dissension you're going to get in the group, and they're just going to have like.
Well, I mean, like, what
do we do?
Something to consider.
If it's life or death.
You have to consider the fact that a lot of the people that are sort of predisposed to survive harsh conditions are not like nice and pleasant people.
No.
So, I mean, a lot of the people that are the kind of take charge, proactive, like, fuck all this shit, I'm taking care of me, and I'm kicking the shit out of whatever gets in my way. So you're either going to
have to, like, basically create a dictatorship or
you stand a good chance of encountering
an absolute democracy.
You have way
right
too
off
many
the
chiefs all at once. Like, way too many guys that are all wanting to, like, this is my boat.
Like, you either vote on everything or you start, like, shooting people in the head that don't agree with you.
And use the people that are going to be complacent and going to fall in line are the people that are going to be going down easy. They're going to be, like, the weight. Like weighing you down. The people that aren't willing to make a decision are the people that are going to like.
Yeah, if there's some asshole with a lot of bad ideas, you're either going to have to shoot him, or you're going to have to subdue him in some way by just basically, shoot him in the head. I mean, I don't think of any other way.
That whole prison
he was staggering towards me. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah.
You know,
well, that whole prison idea came from The Walking Dead, like because they come across a maximum security prison and they come in and there was like a small group of survivors, and I thought it was really cool because, like, a prison is basically, it's like a honeycomb of, like, little self-contained units of, like, where you're in control. Like, if you come in, like, depending on the contagion, like, how, like, it happened. Like, maybe no one in the prison was infected, but maybe everyone was. But if they were, the way I see it, like, the guards are going home. Fuck that. They're not staying with these guys that they hate. They're going the fuck home.
Yeah,
you know, and so you're going.
Well, they want to be with their families and with their loved ones.
Exactly.
Everybody would.
Exactly.
I mean, if
so
you're
going to walk in,
person,
basically,
you've got serious consideration.
Yeah. So you're basically walking into like just a big, you know, prison full of just the quote unquote bad guys, you know.
Yep.
And whether they're, I mean, I'm not saying I would. If I walked in and they were all zombified, hey, easy, cap, you know, cell to cell, head off, easy. And if they were all, you know, alive, you know, if it came down to it, if it was me or you, fuck these guys. I would walk them out one by one, gunpoint, and get the fuck out of my prison. It's mine now, because it's like they have all the food you can imagine. They have, and these places have so many generators and backup power because of like prison riot stuff. They have all the backup power you can imagine because you know you're running water and electricity is going to be gone, but they have all the backup power. They have the SWAT gear. They have all the weapons you can
kick-ass
have.
gym.
Yes.
You got the weights.
And laundry, because no one wants to be dirty during the zombie apocalypse.
And cable TV.
Yeah, I can watch cable TV and work out all day.
And
kill zombies all night.
And I mean, everything is. You also have like most prisons are not like right in the middle of the city. They're kind of like Louisville is like towards LaGrange area. Yeah, so it's kind of secluded,
reasonably isolated.
Dave, chime in on this. Dave is our good friend here on the mic.
Plus,
freestyle for us,
you
man.
Have
Derek was going to do it, but he chickened out.
If they ever try to, like, if the zombies ever try to, you know, like you were saying earlier, they're not like, it's not like they're higher thinking. It's more of a stimulus. Like, I see movement, I'm going towards movement. Like moth towards a flame. Like, you have the kill zones. Prisons have the kill zones where, like, you're going to have several layers of protection. It's like, I think it's kind of the ultimate.
Yeah.
You know,
if you can get at something like that, like a fortified, defensible position with 200 to 300 yards of open killing ground in every direction.
Yeah, as long as you're able to see what's coming at you, you shouldn't have a problem at all taking care of either running or shambling zombies.
Yeah. And you got walls, fences, machine gun posts.
Yeah, and you've got watchtowers.
Yeah.
But to be honest, those prisons are supposed to keep things out, not keep things from coming in. So you're going to have to change around a few things.
Yeah.
You're going to have to make sure that you've got like those spots taken care of, like the entryway to a prison.
Yeah, you don't have a whole lot
because
of
a chain link fence, now the zombie survival guide, I'm going back to this because it does bring up some good points, such as, thank you, Maggie.
Thank you.
Maggie is our
Maggie's the beer fairy.
Beer fairy
tonight.
And she's taking good care of us, and I really appreciate it. And I want to thank her again for letting us do this show here live, because we wanted to do. She loves me, and that's so awesome.
Top.
I am. Dude, I drunkenly asked her to marry me once. Watch. Didn't I ask you to marry me when I was drunk that one night? Didn't I say, you got to marry me? Yeah, we're like older. Yep.
Was that the night of that I saw you the next day when you?
Oh, this is the night that I threw up in a cab.
You threw up in bed.
I lost my phone, and the next day I lost my job.
Yeah,
I had a bender. I threw down.
That was when your roommate had the little get together, and I saw you the next day.
That's right.
Y'all were actually
I was
recording.
hurt.
Yeah, you were a mess.
Yeah, I managed to record a show that night. I don't even remember which one.
We almost
it
had
was.
an intervention.
Yeah, it was bad.
He tried to go out like Hendrix. He really did.
No, not yet. Yeah, our kids will be retarded. Oh, that's no good. She said I had to slip her a roofie. Once you see this package, babe.
Too bad you ain't a big girl. I'd slip you a ho-ho.
Wow, we went off topic in a way we've never gone before.
And I actually didn't participate in any of that.
We always go off topic. And for anybody who listens to this show on a regular basis knows we go off topic. But man,
bring it back, Dave. Dave's been quiet.
Yeah,
Dave's been awfully
I've been running my dick sucker, so Dave, go ahead.
Dave's always quiet. That's why I was like, hey, Silent Dave's on the mic.
But I totally think the Walmart is the way to go. I really do. Like what you're saying, it needs to be a secure environment. They're all concrete and brick.
Yeah, as long as the roof is flat and you're able to like put down some soil, you should be able to grow whatever food you need.
Anyone that's ever been to a Walmart knows there's only like 2, maybe 3 entrances. That's it. You got all the gardening supplies.
That's right.
You got food. You got weapons.
The big box stores do make a good place. Like Home Depot wouldn't be any good because pretty soon you're going to run out of the machine food upstairs in the break room.
I mean,
and
once you've thrown all the shovels and heavy stuff at people, that's it.
Plus, at Walmart, you do have this. You do have the future survival stuff where if you had to leave the Walmart, you have all the necessities to take with you. Like you have all the camping gear stuff, you have all the things you would need to leave Walmart. Like
you can load up and head on.
I think the redneck question could be a benefit. I mean, you got a bunch of people who know how to shoot shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they know how to, kill things on a regular basis,
I'm really close to James right now.
Yes.
Anyone that goes to like firing ranges at any regular basis knows.
I'm there at least once a month. Yeah.
9 times out of 10, you got a bunch of rednecks out there, sighting in their rifles. They can shoot and kill anything.
Got to shoot them in the head and twitch it. See that one over there? He's twitching.
Sure. Those guys. Yeah,
they're effective. So
they're self-sufficient.
But the one negative is most rednecks don't like to shoot their kill in the head because they want to mount something.
I'm not like a militaristic.
They go, I ain't shooting nothing. I ain't eating.
I don't wake up at 5:30 in the morning and I don't like do PT for an hour and a half before I do anything else. And I do not want...
Because you're weak?
Well, yeah, pretty much. I do not want to wind up with a bunch of people that are like, I'm glad I'm not in Minnesota when the zombie apocalypse happens. Because,
I'm glad I'm not in Minnesota right now.
Sure. I mean, but I do not want to be in a position where I have a bunch of guys that want to be military. Basically, I don't want to live at Tom Clancy's house when the zombie apocalypse.
You know, all the guys like, oh yeah, now's my chance to shine.
Sure,
the zombie apocalypse.
I'm gonna put on my fatigue.
Yeah, the guys that are just looking for a chance to put on all their tack gear. And
oh my God!
Well, to think about it, chances are those guys are going to be dead.
No,
already.
no, I've already decided. I want to
so.
be one of the motorcycle marauders. I basically want to ride around with my shotgun and my baseball bat.
The lone biker of the apocalypse.
That's lone biker of the apocalypse. With friends, you know, and lone biker of the apocalypse and friends, you know, and ride around.
That's like a TV show.
Sure.
That's like a children's show.
And I get to wear my Wehrmacht helmet.
Lone biker of the apocalypse.
And ride my motorcycle around and take out zombies and get my civil defense food from the mall, like in Dawn of the Dead.
And there's a lesson at the end of every episode.
Why was there a whole bunch of civil defense?
And now you know.
And
knowing is half the battle.
Dojo.
So as long as there's a lesson at the end of every day.
That's right.
What did we learn today? Well, we learned that you have to take responsibility for your actions.
We are going for the marathon 2-hour episode.
We're going until the government cuts power.
That's right.
So they cut the goddamn power, man.
So I think that, like, back on topic, I think that the Walmart is the best idea. Like, ideally, as in close, because the prison is going to not be close. Like,
a prison
ideally,
is
if I
going to
could
be
make it, the
difficult
prison
to
would be
get
great.
to if it's
Yeah.
because prisons are not often built where people have easy.
Well, no, I
access.
mean, I think the point is that you should be proactive. You should have the shit you need at home.
Yeah.
Fuck Walmart. You should buy all the shit ahead of time.
Well, you're going to need to get
just
into a
in case.
defensible position, and you're not going to have.
You should just.
Well, I don't know about you, but I go out and buy groceries. It's not for months at a time.
It's
so
I don't have
like
to eat a lot.
I don't have like 80 cans of Ensure or anything. You know?
I don't either. But I got a big freaking bag of Cliff Bars, dude. I can
As much as I would like to stay at home and be defensible, I'm so white trash. I live in a trailer, so like, I live in the worst possible place for zombies.
No. Sean told me the story earlier, but Sean needs to go on record.
I have the
with
redneck
this.
trifecta. I am unemployed, dating a stripper, living in a trailer, and it's fucking great, and I'm so happy.
Yeah, that's like the American dream with gravy on top.
Yeah.
Thank you, because I had people look down at me. I'm like, "What? You're jealous? Fuck you."
Yeah. Come on. I want every other state in the union to come out there and tell us that they have a similar situation. You can't come up with a single one. And all of our listeners in Portland, you got nothing on us, man. we got guys living in trailers with strippers, taking care of them. Come up with something like that, and I'll move there.
And I'll even nerd it up a little. She pays for my comic books. How about that?
Oh, my man.
God.
I have the best girlfriend ever.
Oh, Sean's got stories, man. I tell you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was harshiosity.
Oh.
I'm living the American dream, boys.
That's right.
I thought I was going to win Powerball the other night just because that would be poetic.
Sure.
It would be absolutely poetic if I won Powerball.
Well, then.
It was in
Did
Oregon.
somebody in
It was in
Portland?
Oregon. It was in Oregon. Someone in Oregon won Powerball.
You know, if a listener happens to have won the Powerball, and we're your favorite show.
A donation would be nice.
Yeah, well, come and let us live in your
To
compound.
the Destructomundo College Fund.
That's right. Support
helping
the Destructomundo College Fund by for our
Yes.
camp. Yeah.
Helping low-income children learn the skills to survive the apocalypse. We can send them to Destructomundo camp. Oh, God, I'd be the best instructor ever.
Wake up in the morning, PT for an hour and a half.
Let me give you a chance to wear a campaign hat.
Sure.
Finally. I can yell. I will PT you until you fucking die.
That's the best part of that movie. Because, I mean, like the whole, I'll tear off your head and shit down your neck. You know that's not going to happen.
Yeah. My favorite
But
line.
you could have to do enough sit-ups to
That's my favorite line in the
throw
whole
up
movie.
and
I will
die.
PT you until you fucking die.
Do you know what I know about PT? The drinks are too expensive.
We're talking about a strip club in town named PT. Why would a military person want to go to a club called PT's?
I don't know. Push-ups and boobies? I don't know.
Traditionally, military people love strip clubs.
I can do mountain climbers and watch
reason.
boobies. I don't know.
Well, yeah. If you
They live on barracks and don't have to pay rent. And all that money is for strippers.
Well, no,
Believe
because
me,
if you
if I
have to
didn't have
shave
to
your
pay
head,
rent, all my money would go to strippers.
if you have to shave your head and live with men for that long, I want a strip club.
Yes.
I really want a strip club right
Well, don't
now.
name it after something that you don't like. That just doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
So, yeah, PT Showgirls Club is...
We're wildly off topic.
Don't we do it every episode?
Yeah, but we're like in a whole different range of off
So
topic.
getting back to it, now, Rob made a point earlier. Actually, Dave, do you mind handing... I'm gonna have Rob take this. Rob made a good point about like the defensible positions of cemeteries, if indeed.
Well, not really defensible, but just they have insufficient containment.
Just something
systems.
to think about. Well, yeah, if you notice the cemeteries, at least the ones here, they have the high chain link fences with the razor wire. They have concertina wire on top.
Yeah.
And it's angled inwards.
On some of the cemeteries in the
Not
area.
to keep you out.
Not to keep not to keep me out, but to keep them in.
Exactly.
Which I like.
They've got like the 8 to 10 foot tall chain link fences with an extra 2 to 3 feet of concertina wire angled inwards.
Which gives you a little hope for the world.
Yeah.
Gives you a little bit of hope.
But so many of them have.
Which is
don't
not
even
to
have
keep
that.
me from getting in there and doing druid rituals in the middle of the night.
Hey, I won't even go there, man.
Because trust me, I can get in there
'cause-
and do druid rituals.
Well, nobody knows who they were or what they were doing.
But it's angled inwards, which makes it nearly impossible, or at least extremely.
They're going to get awful
cutty.
cut up if they try to get over that fence.
It's not.
They're
It's
gonna
not
cut them
necessarily
up over.
impossible,
Just
but it's very,
entangle.
very cutty to try to get out over the fence that's angled inwards. But you could actually sort of go up and roll over it to get into the.
Well, I
cemetery.
remember last year we had a storm in our area. Now I may end up like putting up an image of the spot where where the Ted, Derek, and myself live in Louisville, Kentucky. That is surrounded by 5 cemeteries. We have 5 cemeteries in a 1 mile vicinity of where we live.
Yes.
And if the shit comes down,
And the city morgue.
and the city morgue is on the street I live on.
You're fucked.
They're all
We're
right there.
basically screwed like nobody else. So this
Yeah,
is a
there's
very
a
important topic to us.
lot
And
of
one of those
freaking-
cemeteries is fucking huge.
Yeah, and there's one that's dilapidated and has no fence at all practically, and anybody can come in and out of there
Which
as
means
much
could-
as they
yeah.
want.
Oh, I know.
Coffins actually come up out of the ground. I think Dana actually saw it. Like in that dilapidated cemetery home about it.
What we're talking about, like
are-
one of the columns coming out of the ground.
By the
If
crematorium.
that's Eastern Cemetery, Eastern Cemetery has some freaky shit in it.
They
Eastern
have
Cemetery has a
sinkholes,
witch.
man,
grave.
that go right
Awesome.
down into graves.
It's
Really?
it's a
I don't know
grave that says it's got a pentagram
Ada.
on it that says "I will live again."
and it has a pentagram.
Oh, it's by the old.
It's Ada.
The old,
It's
crematorium.
behind the
Her
crematorium.
first name is
like
Ada.
Right there.
It's right
you look
behind
around. I
the
know exactly
actual
where that's at.
We
crematorium
should take a
itself.
picture
It's like
of
an
that
open,
and put it
like
up
it's like
on
an
the
open
website.
book.
Yeah,
like,
I'll
flat.
do that.
Yeah,
And
that is creepy
the
as hell.
plot right next to hers is sunken in like a sinkhole. I had a friend of mine that fell
Yeah,
down
it's
into
a
it.
freaky cemetery.
He freaked out, man,
It's
and we all
and
kind of
it's the
freaked out when he
closest
just
one to
sank.
my house.
Like something grabbed him and pulled
I got
him
the
down or something.
morgue and that cemetery between my house.
And they
So-
filmed Elizabethtown there, part of it. How
Yeah.
nice.
Well, they
Well, that
filmed,
Cavill.
they filmed
part
the
of
movie Elizabethtown in Cavill Cemetery.
KBO, which is like
Because
Which last year we had
Ted's
a problem.
wife Jen and
that
I
storm came
went
and knocked the fence down.
Tried to check and see if we could find Kirsten Dunst because I got the hots for her.
I was right behind her at
in a cemetery.
in
That's
Heine Brothers.
actually-
Yeah, but you didn't even know who she was.
No, but she had great legs,
I
man.
bet she did.
I tell you what, because I came out and everybody was like, "Do you realize who that was?" And I was like, "No, really," but she had great legs. And then they told me, I was like, "All right, cool."
That is so punk rock.
And then my brother's wife started freaking out and like giving me the 3rd degree question to me all day. I'm like,
Well,
I don't
yeah,
know.
we-
I was standing
we hung
behind
out
her. I don't
and,
have a clue. I can't tell you what she ordered. I don't know.
She was at a
But
coffee
I think
shop,
Cobble's
right?
young lady's going to leave him.
that's fine.
Now there's booze and good conversation.
Yeah.
Well, back to the zombies.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when we're talking about shambling and/or running zombies, we've
yes.
still come up with the basic scenario of you need to have
Guard
a
towers and cemeteries.
defensible, yes, a defensible position.
Spotlights,
which means minimal numbers of windows.
Machine gun emplacements.
Yes.
Minimal numbers of doors to cover. Obviously, you want more than one door.
Or at least a material to cover up
one door.
windows and
One door
doors.
is easy because there's only one door to watch, but one way in equals one way out, so it's easy to get trapped. So you want at least 2 entry ways, exit ways.
And an M79 strapped to your chest.
Well, I'm not a member of STARS, so I'm not going to be going into...
Or the Detla.
Yeah.
Detla Force. Or Megaforce, for that matter.
Or Megaforce. And going into a mansion that's full of zombies. But I can tell you this much. Like, if I find the herb on the floor, then I got to mix it with the other herb to make, you know, the stuff that keeps me, you know, then the health spray.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be great to have, but I don't think I'm going to have time for that sort of thing.
I'm not going to be mixing
And I'm going to stay away from the dogs with no skin on them and stuff like that.
That is another bonus of that the Walmart or the prison has over the mall is like infirmary or like the whole like pharmacy area.
Yeah.
You have all the like not just like painkillers, but you have bandages and like
Walmart's got a good first
sprays.
aid section, yeah.
Like, I mean, both of the, like the prison will have the infirmary, but like the Walmart will have fucking everything.
Yeah.
Toilet paper.
Too bad clergy can't like bless your machete like +3 against zombie attack.
Well, they could potentially. It's a question of finding finding the right kind of
undead.
It's a question of finding the right kind of priest and going, I have this machete. Do
you know a cleric? Do you know of any clerics around town?
Oh, we're getting it on. No, we can't do this.
No, we're going to get a real D&D moment.
Hey, they were undead in D&D.
No, because he's a cleric and go, I can't
Back
use
in the day,
weapons.
medieval times, they had undead.
Oh, that's right. We've forgotten one of the greatest undead movies ever made.
What's that?
Army of Darkness.
Wow, spectacular.
You see, for if any reason that you shouldn't remember the words, Batu
Rada Nictu.
Yes.
Then you're going to let loose the armies of the undead, which could be a problem, especially if you don't have enough ammo for your boomstick.
Yeah.
Boomstick is very important.
Or a chainsaw for your.
That's right.
Or a chainsaw.
But I mean, honestly, if you're Ash, you're in a serious situation to take care of the undead. A serious situation. So you don't have to worry so much about there being like a.
Yeah, he's a proactive thinker. I mean, he's a guy that's taking charge and getting the job done. He's not sitting around complaining.
No, and he's not feeling sorry for himself that the shit's come down.
Or that he had to cut his hand off.
No. Because he took advantage of the situation.
He made do.
Yeah.
Put a chainsaw on it.
That's making do. Like
man,
crazy.
that is seriously.
That's a whole lot of making do.
And that's the kind of that's the attitude. That's the attitude.
If you have a chainsaw prosthetic and you're able to get one, get one.
Exactly. I mean,
it doesn't matter if anything's happening right here and now.
Why should I not own a flamethrower? Yeah. There's no reason to not own a flamethrower.
That's the attitude that'll get you through it.
Sure.
Probably can't get on a plane with something like that.
Well, if it's your hand.
No, but you can get on a bus.
Yeah, what, are they going to discriminate against you? I mean,
come
on.
Bus with 8 pounds of crack and
disabled.
Machine gun.
You can get on a bus.
I can ride a bus with a chainsaw.
I can't take over a plane, but I can get on Greyhound.
The guy that was trying to light his shoes
I can ride the bus with a big can of corn.
And, you can still bring
and nobody will say anything.
Yeah, you can still bring matches on the plane. She's right about that. You just can't bring a lighter.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
But
really.
you can, if you have some tinfoil, you can make one of those match bombs. Boy, we are really off top.
It might help in the long run. You certainly shouldn't be getting on a plane when the zombies are.
Oh,
you shouldn't be trying to fly out.
Well, looking back at like the contagion, like if you have zombies rise from the grave and have to bite to spread it, or like what if that's one thing, but what if you look at like something hits the atmosphere that causes general zombification? Like what about like pilots getting zombified while they're flying a plane, or people like driving cars when they're like zombified? You're going at the whole Left Behind bullshit scenario.
Well,
but like
the general wisdom states that like a zombie can't do anything but walk at you and moan.
Well, would zombies go after just like lesser animals because of the warmth? Like you were saying, be it warmth or movement factor?
They seem to not. Popular media suggests that they're not interested in anything other than
kind of like motion sensors. Like you have to be over a certain size to get a zombie's radar going. Or
you have to basically be human and alive for a zombie to.
Yeah, they don't seem interested in anything else. They don't want to eat puppies.
No.
which, you'd think they would.
Because in the remake of Dawn of the Dead, they let the dog loose.
They let the dog go.
He runs over.
Would Vietnamese zombies eat puppies?
Ooh.
No, but South Korean one would. People tonight.
I think you've done 2 or 3 offensives.
See, I'm on a roll. No, that's just harsh. Korean people don't actually eat dogs
anymore.
No, that was a myth.
Lately.
I'm sure perpetuated by the Japanese.
You're going to drive away. We have an actual Japanese listening community.
No, I'm just kidding. I like everybody.
And we love them, and we've explained how much we love them before. But yeah.
Well, I mean, their greatest band fights zombies. So.
No, yes, Wild Zero, the greatest Astro zombie movie.
Yes.
Of them all, starring the great Guitar Wolf.
Who?
Yes.
Guitar Wolf. Oh.
Farewell, Billy. Farewell,
Guitar
Billy.
Wolf.
That totally rocks out against the zombies.
Yeah.
God
a
love
lot
Guitar
of head
Wolf.
exploding in that movie. You shoot a guy in the head.
Maybe
and
Billy didn't go by heart attack.
It's no shot in the head, dot in the forehead, boom. Their head explodes.
There's a great deal of exploding.
That's something that bugs me. Take the head, take the zombie out. But I hate when in any movie or any zombie thing going on when they nick a zombie in the skull and suddenly it's down. The zombie's running on 8% capacity anyway,
sure.
And he gets a slight head wound and all of a sudden he's dead. Fuck that! You got to take the brain out or take the head off. I hate when they just look he gets a small concussion and he's dead. Fuck that! This doesn't work like that.
Okay, Rob.
I took him out with my hangnail.
Let me have that microphone for a second. I'm just going to give it to Rachel here. I promised Rachel could defend the Return of the Living Dead scenarios with the brain-eating zombies. And actually put in perspective what kind of situation we would be in, seeing as that Return of the Living Dead actually took place in Louisville, Kentucky in the movie.
Yes.
In Caveville.
In our cemetery of choice here where Colonel Sanders is buried, no less. And I promised her I'd give her a
Finger
chance.
licking good.
Finger licking dead.
Finger licking good.
Finger licking dead.
Finger licking dead.
He's finger licking dead.
So yeah, dead. I mean, what now with the brain-eating zombies? What causes the zombie to? What do you think would cause the zombies to want to devour the brain of a person?
Well, I mean, am I correct that nobody here is real familiar with that movie?
I've seen it.
Okay.
But I don't know it.
I'm pretty familiar with it.
Well,
Ted,
I don't know what caused it, but the zombies in Return of the Living Dead, they experienced pain, and it was alleviated by eating brains, and I don't know why.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forgot about the
it was actually very painful for them to
be a zombie,
to be dead, and the only thing that would alleviate the pain was eating brains.
That's right.
And what was kind of interesting about the zombies in that movie is that they talked, and they were still conscious of their lives as human beings, kind of.
Many of the Japanese zombie movies, they're much more intelligent and capable and sophisticated than the traditional Romero and Fulci zombies.
Well, because 2 of the main characters in Return were... they didn't even realize that they were zombies until the paramedics showed up, and they were like, well, you have no pulse, and your room temperature, and...
many
and you're essentially dead, and we don't know what's going on. And then they start, craving brain and turning on their friends. And
I guess it was one of the sequels where there was a truck where the people were throwing out brains to the zombies, to bait them.
I don't remember. I'm not really familiar with those.
Yeah, there was
movies as much as I am the Romero.
Rob, do you know that one?
There's 9, 10, 12, 15 of those. I don't know.
There was one of the sequels where there was a truck and these people were throwing out brains, and then I don't know if there was something in them or where they were kind of just get them grouped together so they could kill them. They were throwing out brains out of the back of a truck. It was one of the sequels. I mean, it was obviously a not good one, but
one of the returns.
See, I wouldn't think zombies would be too interested in just raw brains.
Yeah. They never went into like
Probably
if it had to be
live,
like a
fresh brains would.
They never went into like if it had to be like an attached to the nervous system brain, or if it could just been like a brain out on the street. Like I don't know,
or MrQuick.net, excuse me. And he has been so kind as to promote our show in the past to our local brethren, and we would like to plug his site.
MrQuick.net is great. MrQuick.net is a great.
Absolutely.
Great
if you want to see how people can get riled up, come to that.
Certainly.
But yes,
but in that movie also, there was essentially no way to destroy the zombies. Like, they chopped them up into little pieces, and all the pieces...
Yeah, they have one on the table that's, like, cut up into pieces.
They're still moving around. I mean, obviously it wasn't as dangerous, but and then...
Kind of like the Dead Alive scenario, where they're just, like, they're chopping them into, like, small bits, and the hands are still coming.
We've gotten into a subgenre of zombie movies
where
it's like...
the monkey bite.
Yeah.
The monkey bite genre. Yeah. Which is a silly movie, but was still kind of fun.
Sure. I mean, it's got its, it's a zombie movie. We have to consider it, and it definitely gives us the possibility for an end time.
Well, it also makes you think about like what's keeping these zombies going. Like not like technically what, but like to what point can they still function?
Well, I mean that's let loose in Fulci. I mean Fulci had zombies coming out of the ground that apparently have been dead for quite some time.
Yeah.
Centuries.
Yes.
Yeah.
To where all they had to have was a minimal amount of flesh in order to live.
Yeah, something to like keep the bones like.
If anything we've learned here is that if they're dead, kill them.
Re-kill them.
Re-kill them.
They've been killed once and they're still walking around. Re-kill them.
I'm with you on the blunt object thing too.
Yeah,
I'm totally down with the blunt object. Like,
because you don't want to like.
Yeah. Don't puncture like destroy.
You want to crush the.
In the
you
head.
Want to crush the fucking skull, smash the brain into
You need to give them a wound to the head that would kill a normal human.
You don't want to puncture it. You don't want to slice it. You want to crush it.
Because basically, if the brain is what's keeping them going, there's still synapses firing, and you need to end those synapses firing. So you need to like, you can't just like put a hole through it because that might not end it. You need to like.
If the head is dead, the zombie's dead. That's what we've learned.
When you realize the zombies are on the rampage, find something. Find some sort of weapon, like I said, crowbar, bat, shovel, axe, something.
You want something that you can swing. If you feel comfortable swinging it at something.
Anything's better. Even a good fucking stick is better than
the whole time I keep looking around the bar like, man, what is there in this bar that you can...
Yeah,
there's an ore right there.
Around.
The ore is good.
Yeah.
The ore is very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the flashlight, the mag light. It's good.
Yeah.
We have a football helmet somewhere around here. Matt's old football helmet.
Yeah, I mean, you do want to have
one of those fish.
You want to have something to be able to take care of a zombie with weapon-wise.
Yeah,
I guess liquor bottles.
Yeah,
a leather jacket,
you might get
something
somewhere
to cover up like the neck.
A good old-fashioned Jameson bottle upside the head would probably not be bad.
Really get into it,
That's right. A good bottle upside the head take care of a lot of problems, and
it won't damage. It'll at least stun them.
Well, we don't know if a zombie can be knocked out or not, really. I mean, I've never seen a zombie knocked out.
Pool sticks in the back.
Yeah,
pool sticks. We do have pool sticks.
Pool sticks would be good. Or
we've seen pool sticks work in Shaun of the Dead, so.
And in his bar.
That's right. This bar is notorious for pool stick fights. It's the Magnolia Bar in Louisville, Kentucky. A fine establishment.
Come on out and tip well.
Kind. That's right. Has been so kind to let us shoot this show here live tonight for our zombie apocalypse episode. And we'd like to thank again.
Yep.
Maggie, our bartender, who has been our beer fairy tonight and taking very good care of us.
Wonderful human being.
Big round of thanks to Maggie. And from all of us to all of you, we hope the zombie apocalypse goes
that was a feel-good moment.
And swell.
From all of us to all of you.
It's very...
That's like Christmas blessing.
It's like a Hallmark card.
Yeah. Hallmark zombie card.
That was one of those Rudolph's Shiny New Year moments or something.
So, from James...
Oh, do I get to say my name now?
Yes.
Rachel.
And me.
And Shaun.
Ted's gone. Ted had to leave.
Ted had to leave. Ted has a job.
He has an early day.
Yeah, Ted had an early morning, but...
This has been Destructomundo, and good night.